Hey everyone, hope you're all having a great day today. Thanks for joining me on November 28th. And as always, we are not financial advisors, and everything you see on here is for educational purposes only. All right, let's get started with BTC. And it's crazy, it's November 28th. Like the year is almost over. This year went by really, really fast. But so last night was more like the afternoon yesterday. I sent out a signal alert letting everybody know like, hey, if Bitcoin closes where it's at right now on this strong reversal fib and it's a red candle, we're definitely going to drop tomorrow and it's going to put us below the trend line, so we could have a nice big drop. Not a crazy drop, but we would have a drop. And this is why it's like, if you're not on my signal alerts, make sure you are. If you go over to Discord, you go over to general tips and links at the very bottom. I usually put the link. I put it's July's link I'm using, but I gotta do a new one. But this is where I always post the most current one. So if you don't see any other one below July's, then this will be the most current one. So, because in that way hey, you would have known last night, hey, we're gonna drop back down, in case some people wanted to get out. And I posted a few things on in daily plays, but there's times where people are busy, and this is when the signal alert comes in handy. But last night I did mention, hey, we're gonna drop back down, so we didn't head back up like I was expecting it to. Now we still can. This could be just another delay. A lot of the alts are saying, hey, this is at a point where we could reverse back up, and we'll go over that shortly. But remember, like I said, we would go sideways and then head up and then push down. I thought it was gonna be a little bit further back, so like we would have bounced up. So like instead of going up, down, up, like bounced off of this and then head up and then come back down. But because we fell below the trend line, that puts us in a different state. Now we still have our target at 18K, and I still see us going there. We might just have another delay where we can bounce off of that and then kind of like head up like this. We could even drop first and then come back up. I was hoping we would at least, push back up, just because, so many coins have this this bullish target as well. And some of them already did hit it. Like for example, XRP. I mentioned XRP has to go up to 40, 30. So we can remove that. I can remove this. We'll just put, we can close that out. Actually, was this on a, yeah, strong reversal fit. We'll put this up here. So that's closed that out. But going back to BTC real quick, we're not on any reversal fit, so we could technically keep dropping down. Just looking at BTC, our next resistance point would be somewhere around 15,700, and then the trend line is 15,400. So we could drop back down again down there. When we look at the moon phases, it takes 9 to 8 days to print the red one, and then after that we tend to be a little bearish. Even though we push back up, we knew because of this it would come right back down. Same thing with this. We pushed up onto the red half moon and then dumped back down. Here, just dumped back down, and then we started to push back up. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 30th or the 1st. 30th of the 1st when we're going to print that red half moon, and after that it usually tends to drop. So if the next two candles are red, we might dump all the way back down. So it's going to be pretty interesting how that plays out. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on that, just because again, that's like the only moon that has been consistent to me. I don't trust all the other ones for now. I'm not saying the other ones are not right or wrong. That's just the one that I found consistent on my end that technically works out. So I'm only gonna follow that. When we look at the alts, so like XRP came down. It's poking a little bit too much for my liking. But there are a bunch of coins that have, are on strong reversal fibs that are a lot better. So that might still count. So let's just say, XRP, is on a strong reversal fib at 0.37. So 0.37. So if we hold here, there's a good chance we're going to head back up because that's where the other ones are at. So, but if we drop here, then there's a big gap too, right? The next support will be at 0.3492. We still have our target at 30. And this one is definitely poking out a little more. So I'm going to delete this, get this out the way for now. But that's poking through a little bit too much than what I would like it to. For me to be like, oh, that probably still count. Pokes a little too much, but keep in mind, H-bar still has a bullish target at 0.0604. And that's a good 26%. And it has a Y fib. When we look at algo, so algo is on a strong reversal fib at 0.02268. So if algo closes above that, it's going to push back up. So we had a nice little drop, but the market's overall recovering pretty well. And algo still has to go all the way back up to 44.90. So that's going to be pretty interesting to watch that play out. It'll probably play out really slow, and I'll go over the weekly part towards the end. So we have Rose. Rose went up to a week reversal fib at 0.048. Held there. That's dropping. It's not on any reversal fib yet, so we'll leave that there for now. Now, when we look at Shiba, Shiba dropped back down, landed on a strong reversal fib at 0.875. So if we close above 875, then we're going to push back up. So then this will be just like a little sideways candle, right? We went up and we dumped. We went down and we dumped and we went back up. So that's what happened with BTC. Like, we were pushing up nicely, and then every day, like, it would push up, dump back down, push up, dump back down, push up, dump back down, and then recover a little bit. So I'm starting to see a little pattern there. Now, Matic went up, landed on a weak reversal fib a few days ago, which we mentioned. It's like, all right, so if we close here, we're going to drop back down, which we dropped back down, but then we recovered, then we pumped, dropped back down. And you can see how, like, there's, like, no trading volume right now. It's like no one's really buying or selling. These are probably just bots pushing the price up and down, up and down. That's why they even out so much. But we did drop back down, and now we're on a strong reversal fib at 80.55. So as long as Matic stays above 80.55, it's going to push back up again tomorrow. IoTech had a really weird drop the other day. If I ignored, because usually when something like this happens, I ignore it. Like, it's just a one-off. One, it's a sign that we could drop all the way back down to that. So, like, 0.01. That would be a nice 30% drop. So I'm going to ignore it, though, for now, and just say, you know, it is on a strong reversal fib at 0.2075. So as long as we close above that, it should head back up. But I think ultimately we might touch that. Now, we actually went up. IoTech does have a bullish target at 0.0227. So we could head up. It's my little drawing pen. Like, head up again, touch that, and then come back down to that. Or come back down to that and then come back up. One way or another, it's gonna have to come back up to close that target there. When we look at Atom came down, strong reversal fib at 943. So as long as we stay above that, we'll push back up again tomorrow. I will delete this one. How many do I have? Let's see. So Near has not that. There's a lot of coins that have not been doing that pretty well. Phantom's pushing back up right now, though, so I'm thinking that the other coins are going to follow, right? There's always one that leads, and it's always either Near, AVAX, Phantom, or like ADA or something like that. But right now we're on a strong reversal fib at 148. 148 for Near. That's like dirt cheap. How much was Near at one point? Near was like $19. So for it to come all the way back up, 1,000%. And it stayed up here for quite a while at that $20 range. So not bad for Near. I might have to start stacking some Near up too. So just like last time, this is probably where like I'm probably gonna buy some coins. Too bad the market's already recovered a good amount. So again, I'm gonna be buying a little, not at the bottom, but that. But I might buy some coins today. Just again, like I've always said, I'm gonna always buy the dip, right? All right, where are we at? 9 minutes. I don't want to make the video too long either. But we still have a strong bullish target at $2.38. When we look at AVAX, we'll remove this. So with AVAX, I don't have any bullish targets. But we're kind of poking through a little bit. But we'll just say it counts just for the sake of all the other coins. So as long as we stay above 1202, AVAX should head... Well, it's not too bad. AVAX should head back up. Look, Phantom came down, landed on a strong reversal fib at 1773, and now it's pushing back up. So this is what I mean. Like, we actually might push back up today, honestly. As long as we stay above this, we're going to push back either today or tomorrow. So, like, Phantom could be leading the way. And, And Phantom has a bullish target at 21.45. Ethereum went up the other day, hit a strong reversal fib, so we knew after that we were going to come back down. Right now we're currently on a week fib at 11.59, so as long as we stay above that, well, even if we break below that, as long as we stay above 11.44, it would still be bullish and it could push back up. But we do have two bearish targets on that, so we'll see if that plays out first, or we hit that after the rest of the alts hit their target. And then Theta has a really bullish target at 124. That's why yesterday when it was pushing up nicely, I was like, oh yeah, I can see that. Theta's gonna go for that 124. That's a good 37%. Now it did drop, but we did land on a weak reversal fib at 888. So 0.888. As long as we get above that, Theta will push back up again. And remember, whenever we're on reversal fibs like this, it's like a 80% chance we reverse back up, and a 20% chance that if we drop below all of these, they all drop nicely, right? Kind of like we dropped here and then we dropped afterward. Like they have really big drops. When everybody's on a reversal fib and we break through them, they all drop a lot. So keep that in mind. I'm surprised Zill didn't hit a target of 20 cents. We went all the way back up to that and then dumped back down. So we're not on any reversal fib yet, but again, if the market pushes back up, so will Zill. And yeah, we definitely should push back up to that. I'm surprised we didn't. Doge went up, had a nice hit a strong reversal fib, so not pushing back down. Now again, on the way down, it's on a strong reversal fib again at 0.09208. So long as we stay above that, it's gonna push back up. And if you look at some of these coins, like, they're almost like halfway back up to their target. So from down here, from when I first mentioned last time, I'm like, oh, I'm buying. It's up. It would be like a 72%. Where it's at now, it's 36%. And this is why a while back I mentioned, look, if I were to pick between Shiba or Doge, I would technically pick Doge just because it has Elon Musk that's always gonna be pumping it, right? And as you can see, he tweeted something yesterday about revamping Twitter or something, so it pumped back up. So just food for thought. So it went up, hit a strong reversal fib, came down. Now we're on a weak reversal fib at 12.79. So as long as we stay above that, it's gonna push back up. And I'll do dot last. Okay, so dot, yeah, we came down, weak reversal fib at 5.07. So as long as we stay above that, we'll push back up. And you can see the market's pushing back up nicely. Now we're only down to 2-3%. We'll go back to BTC. We'll go on the weekly. Like I said, so the alts are hinting like that it's gonna push back up. I'm gonna delete one of these just for now. So the alts are hinting that we're at a really good turning point. If we close where we're at now, it's gonna head back up. And if we head back up now and turn green, we'll still have another green candle tomorrow. But I just wanted to go over this real quick. We still have until December 26th for us to be in the downward market, and then it's going to switch over to this. And I honestly forgot what I was going to mention on the weekly. What was I going to say? I remember earlier I was like, oh, I'll bring that up in the weekly, and I completely forgot. But we'll skip that for now. Let's come back to BTC. We'll go back to the daily. I can't believe I forgot. That's so funny. So we'll come back to this. So, even though BTC is poking a little bit, maybe we can still reverse from here. This is when we get kind of like, contradicting. Or BTC shows, hey, we're not in a reverse of it. Maybe we can drop back down. And then we'll still be below this. But again, we can still have a green candle. So I'm still going to follow, what's supposed to happen, where I'm still going to stay a little bullish. Yeah, we had a drop, but that's normal. As a matter of fact, we could be doing like a head and shoulder, and then it pumps back up. So let me do this. Oops. Where's my little head? I haven't used the head and shoulder thing in a while. Oh, here it is. So it could be something like this. So then this would like signal for it to push back up. Reckon. And now almost put us up to that. Maybe that's something will play out. So that's interesting. But like I was saying, I used to stay a little bullish. Again, we had a drop right there. If we drop back to the bottom trend line, then obviously that's not bullish. That's a good 4%. And if we drop below, definitely not bullish. But we're gonna have to wait to see how we close today. Because again, if all the alts close where they're at or above their most recent drop, it signals they should push back up. We have a lot of coins that have these targets up here, so I'm still a little bullish, even though we dropped a little bit. So we'll see how everything plays out. So that'll be it for today. I don't want to make the video too long. Now, if anybody's ever interested in getting more updates, we go over to my website. I do have a paid Discord, so I have a premium, account. We'll go to Ko-Fi. So on here, you can get, more up-to-date news instead of having to wait, for every Monday. Because again, a lot of things happen. I have a tier for $10 where you can get, daily market updates. I go from Monday through Friday. Sometimes I'll do Saturday and Sunday in case, some big things happen. But for $30 a month, you can get Discord access and you get the signal alerts. And this is something I've mentioned the last few times. And today actually went into effect yesterday went into effect where I messaged everybody, hey, you know what? Like, based on all this, like, we're dropping tomorrow. So you kind of get the idea of like, you know what, maybe I should get out if you're in some trades or you're about to do a short and you're like, you know what, now I have more confidence of it, of shorting this trade. Now for $60, you also get the Discord access, the signal alert, but you also get you can request a chart. So like, let's say you wanted to get into a trade, I can look at a chart for you and you can see my point of view of what's going to happen next. Or maybe you wanted to get into a coin and it shows that, hey, this could be at the top. So that way you don't jump into a coin and get dumped on, which usually happens a lot. I even do some trade calls on here. Like I post some here and there. You also get 2 Zoom sessions with me. So say like you want to go over your portfolio. Let's say, you're having some trouble with some wallets or anything like that. Usually like if you have issues, I can help people out. But some people, have like, want that one-on-one personal instead of just like posting their stuff out there, right? Some people are embarrassed to be like, hey, I locked myself out of a wallet, or hey, how do I do this, how do I do that? That's where the Zoom comes in handy, or even just to vent, right? I have a few people that just come on here, we chat, and it's actually pretty cool getting to actually talk to somebody. We can go over again your portfolio or any coins that you're looking to get into, or you have other groups that are talking about this specific coin, but you're not too sure. I can always give you some pointers or tips of what to look for. But other than that, thanks for joining me today, and I'll see everybody on the next update.